Hello, friends. It is day 30. Today we're going to be looking at Luke 7:23 through 29. If you have not yet read this passage, pause the video and come back when you have. So now that John's messengers have gone, Jesus addresses the crowd. He says, "Why did you go out to see John in the wilderness? You went because he was a prophet, right? These people heard something about this incredible preacher down by the river, and they have to go check it out for themselves." How often are we dismissive of God working in the world because the work or the people doing it don't fit into our normal categories? How many of us would go downtown to hear a homeless woman speaking because she was preaching and changing lives? How many of us would go down there not as skeptics to hear this crazy person and see how weird it was, but actually because people's lives were being changed and we wanted to go and hear God speaking to us through this woman? How often do we dismiss good and godly things that are happening in the world because the groups doing those things don't believe the same things we do? Or worse, they don't seem to believe anything at all. We say, well, it's good that they're doing that, but, and then we add some reason why we shouldn't join in. But if we believe that God is good, and we believe that goodness comes from God, if we believe that this good God is restoring and recreating the world, why are we surprised when God works outside of our little club? Would we be among those who had their lives changed and were baptized by John in the river? Or would we be like the Pharisees in verse 29 who reject the purposes of God for themselves because John didn't fit into their categories? How many miracles have we missed? How many times have we refused to take the hand of God that is restoring the world simply because of the other people who are holding on to that same hand? Truth is truth, and it doesn't change. And all truth is God's truth. So let's stop being surprised when truth pops up in places that don't fit into our normal categories. We might realize the purpose of God for us. God is working all around us. If we look, if we take off the blinders that reject anything that doesn't fit perfectly with our belief system, we will see the handiwork of God restoring and recreating the world. And we will hear the invitation of God to join in the work. That's what's at stake here. Sitting around and waiting for the second coming and maybe doing some good things every now and then. Or working alongside the creator of all of this as we work to restore and recreate the world to be more beautiful, more loving, more gracious, more just, more peaceful. So will you go down to the river to be baptized by this crazy person who eats bugs? Or will you reject God's purpose for your life because it doesn't fit into your categories? May God bless you and keep you. May the face of Jesus shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the fullness of the Spirit dwell within you.